see how this goes. Just thought I'd come up and say good day. Haven't done it for a couple of months or whatever. I don't know how long it's been. So I'll just wait and see. I'm doing that. I'm working on a project. So project is. I'm working on. I'll tell you how many videos I'm doing concurrently. Hello, how you going? Hello, Michael, Big Nasty, and Cloud1. I'm working on about 5 videos at the same time. Hello, Kyla. How are you? It's so nice to see you. So I'm working on about 5, and hello, Darren. I'm having trouble because this is my YouTube studio. It's a Samsung Galaxy, and the reason I took it, yeah, long hair. Ah, Jason, where the hell have you been? I haven't seen you for ages. How'd you go with your truck? Did you get it fixed? Ah, Pete from Queensland. This is why I use this camera, because it's got a removable battery, but I reckon it's going to do, yuck, it's swollen. I'm going to have to buy a battery for it. Okay, here we go. Spamming. Can you please not? Because I really need to talk to these guys. So whoever's spamming, can you please not? Because otherwise I've just got to go. And I really need to talk to these guys. Matt Berry, what's happening, mate? I love your videos. I know, we've got heaps of spammers. And so I probably won't be able to stay on. So, Sammy, I'm going to appeal to your good side. Can you please not? So, yeah, I'm just head gasket and Ford are claiming Tickford enhancement. If it's been enhanced by Tickford's like HSV or HDT in the 80s, they're going to fix it because, I mean, you bought a new vehicle and so they should be fixing it. That's really rotten. How did you go with your mate's Starley, Barry? I can't believe how quick that thing is for a 4E. That's just nuts. I mean, it's brilliant. Hello, John. How are you? Hello, Wes. Morning, Pete. Adam Stubb. Are you in Britain? It's still going. I don't believe that thing. It's nuts. I love his burnout. How much boost are you running in that? That's got to be running about 15, is it? Did you? Yeah. I can't believe it. That is a quick car by the look of it. Do you know how much boost it's got? Oh, you got the electives, Kyla. Good girl. Well done. Day has been great. My day. I can't complain about my day. I'm not at work at the moment. So it's really good. 28 PSI. That's a grenade. It has the headstone on it. That is nuts. 28 pounds. And it's basically stock engine, isn't it? Isn't it stock bottom end? Come on. Come on, guys. Please go away. I need to speak to these people. Please go away. That's an inappropriate name for your YouTube thing. Please don't. Can you please go away? Paul Gorman. Paul Gorman was a teacher at the school. I can't kick him off because it'll be a kid from school and I just really need them to go because I haven't been able to talk. I was doing these things in the middle of the night and just to avoid this sort of thing when I know they're in bed, will they be asleep? Look at these Samsung batteries used to explode. This one's swollen. I'm going to have to get a new one. Forge. Oh, that's right. You got them out of your stock of old Forge stuff, didn't you? I can't believe it's all. I know. It's just ridiculously able, that car. You'd pump it in. You mentioned also that you dragged a Stinger. How did you go with it? Because they're pretty quick, those things. The kids at Ringwood are great. They're really good kids. The kid who's spamming me will be a good kid. He's just having some fun. That's all it is. But it's a bit of a pain in the neck when I'm trying to do this. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to be a bad kid. It's just someone who's having some fun. So can you go away, kid? Fuck. I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm going to have to get out of it, but I don't know how. Please go away. I just don't want this shit. Do you know what I mean? Where are we? The thing is, it's very difficult to Jesse McLeod. I don't know Jesse McLeod. Can you go away, Jesse, please? This government tries to become a moderator when you want to talk to people. I know. You can't, yeah, I don't know how to block the IPs and that sort of thing, though. And they kind of knew it. They know it. It's just one of those things. I don't know how to do it. So, Barry, how'd you go with the Stinger? Who else is on here? Let's have a look. Kick him off, yeah. Kyler. I know. Are you still there, Kyler? Barry did a video. Here we go again. Barry did a video on his girlfriend had a what did you have an ice cream and he took half a bite and she went off and then I laughed my ass off. Hello David, how are you? So at the moment I'm doing this, I've run out of money, right? And so I'm just getting an old engine out of the shed and trying to get it going. And I've spent nothing. We're talking no money. I'm about to though because I need to obviously get it going, but I had to buy some steel because it was supposed to be the stand for it was meant to be fabricated out of just stuff I had lying around. I used the stuff I had lying around. Now there's no more stuff lying around. It's not finished. And I also had to go to the wrecker and get a radiator. So I got one out of a Honda Civic, and they're good in Starleys too. Little Toyota Starlets, when people put big hair dryers on them, they like to have a shorter radiator because 9 out of 10 cars now have a wide one that's quite thin for surface area for better cooling. But the Civics use these little narrow ones, and I got one off a Civic with a fan for I don't know, it was $80 or something like that. It looked pretty good. The best car I've done, the XW, yeah. I haven't finished the XC, the XC better. Brian Greenwood's on a little service leave. He gets back this week or next week. He took long service leave and then we went into lockdown, so I was laughing my ass off at him because, I mean, why would you want to be on long service when you're in lockdown? You can't do anything. So I'll get that little B series going and I'll finish the standoff. I've just got to get all the cars out of the garage and crank up the welder, just so I can sort of stick it all together. You got so much on the go. God knows how you remember everything. I'm a bike dude, but love your classics. Keep the good work from Kiwiland. Ah, Kiwi. How's Jacinda going? She's very popular in the media. So, yeah, I'm doing that. And the stuff from Japan for the Susie, the little 250 never showed up, which is just BS. I ordered in August, and he won't even respond to emails. I think there's still a postage strike going on in Japan at the moment. And the 350 I've not finished. I've got to get a seat cover for it and a brake rod for the rear brake. And the Falcon I'm about to pull out. And I was doing something else. I can't remember what else I was doing. A couple of bikes. And Jason Hill's on here. He was a minute ago. He's pissed off because he bought a Tickford Ranger, I think. And the head gasket went and no one wants to fix it for him. And it's a new car. I'd be pretty pissed off too. Like, that's an expensive car. That's not a $300 shitter like I drive. It's been a while, mate, Kiwi. It still doesn't have much traction in the lower gears. No, you wouldn't be able to get any traction on that. You'd probably have to use ladder bars on it, but you can't use them on the street. Not this pregnancy horseshit. Can you go away, please? Please let me talk to my friends. Please let me talk to my friends. Your Rambler won't start. Oh, hang on a second. We're building the old Ford X-Flow for shits and giggles. I like it, but old stuff. I mean, now it's getting to the point where you want to go fast, get electric. I mean, I was watching a thing with a Tesla that Jeremy Clarkson had and a pumped a V10 Audi. I mean, what do you do? It used to be going by cheap motorbike, doesn't blow anything away, but yeah. It's to the point now where you're not allowed to go fast anyway. You got to hire a track out if you want to do that. If you need to click 3 dots next, yeah, you can block, but they come back. And this fella here, he, one kid at school, I know one kid was giving me some crap. I think he had 6 YouTube accounts. So you get a few of them together, they get on their phones, then those on, then I'm screwed. And it's just a pain in the ass because I want to talk to you guys because I can't. There's all this sort of bullshit going on. And it's just really, really frustrating. So, what do you do? Here we go again. Nick, please go, because otherwise everyone's just going to leave. And there are already a couple of left now, so it's not fair. And I can ask around at school, and if I find out who it is, I can ring their parents. That's normally what I would do. He's already here. Hello, Philip. How are you going? Yeah, I'll just see what happens. Otherwise, I'm just going to nick off. I'm not going to bother with this. So I don't have to buy a new camera, a new battery for my camera, because that's all puffy. And a nickel metal hydride is likely to blow up, particularly Samsung. I think one of these blew up in an aircraft. So that's my YouTube camera, and it's got no SIM card. I keep banging on about that. But yeah, it's looking a little bit worse for wear. So when I get up here, I'll order one straight away because I use this all the time. And I've noticed its charge isn't staying as good as it was. Nearly finished rust cuts on the XC pedal band. Well done. XB Taz, hello mate. How are you going? It's good to see you. Restarted the XC yet? I'm about to. Got plans for Sunday? Yeah, I do. What am I doing on Sunday? I don't know. Suzanne had something she wanted to do. Some good tips to fix my 32 minutes. That's going a long way. That's going back a long way. What's the best moment that you've had at school? 3:15 with Belga. I'm only kidding. I've had some good moments. It had a lot to do with the production in 2015 for Oliver, and we made a big rotating. Kevin Lewis designed a big rotating stage, and the kids would dance on it, and the stage was actually rotating. It was enormous. He designed it. It was unbelievable. And thanks, James. And I would be staying. I was a coordinator, the year level coordinator at the time, and so the hours and parent interviews and all sorts of stuff, crying kids, all this stuff. I was the coordinator for year 8 with another guy, and we were busy. And then after work, you'd go into the hall and you start fabricating the stage. And I'd come back on the weekends to work with Kevin. He was a magician, that guy. Hello, Visanti. And it was brilliant, and just seeing the production unfold. And that was a year we had particularly good singers and dancers. You do get them every year, but some years you get a particular. One girl we had one year was a brilliant drummer. Like, she was just an amazing drummer. Well, the only really brilliant drummer I know now is Charlie Lodge. And I was watching. I sent him a message, and I said, Charlie, if you can do the Rosanna Shuffle, right? Which is Toto, the band Toto, wrote a song about, I think it was Rosanna Arquette, called Rosanna in 1982. And he's got a drum beat that was a hybrid of something that John Bonham, was it John Bonham? I can't remember, did, or Keith Moon, I don't know. One of these guys did. And he made his own drum beat, and it's a brilliant drum beat. And it's Jeff Porcaro, and I was watching him, and he actually shows how he did it on YouTube. If you go Jeff Porcaro, Rosanna Shuffle of YouTube, you can see it all. And I said to him, can you do it? And he did it. You got to ghost the snare, and he's doing multiple things on his hi-hat and all sorts of stuff. You showed a detail. Thank you very much, Click. I'm going to start using my phone for filming. As my last video was rubbish due to how the GoPro focused. I've got a GoPro Pete and I never use it. It's still in its box in the shelf. I just never use it. It annoys me probably because I can't see that well, and the phone, that's it. And I bought on eBay for $12 a little camera mount that screws into the tripod, and that's all I use. The only thing I've got to do, and you can get it for the Note, is a microphone. I've got to start wearing a lapel. How's the 2 smoker going? I haven't started it. I'm still waiting on the brake stuff. I'm considering a 92 Capri as a project. Any thoughts? 92 Capris are all Mazda driveline. Same as KC and K lasers. And the turbo one's a good phone. Geordie Pluto. Hello, mate. How are you going? Yeah, Oliver, go cab. Do you remember? Oh, $20. Wow. Thank you so much, Dave. That's wonderful. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. Thank you so much. Have you seen one of Pete C's Cortinias? What? No. No, I didn't see it. Wow. Pete C is a guy in Northern Englander, and he's from somewhere up there. I don't know. That's where my family's from. And he's the quirkiest guy. Like, you'll pick up an exhaust and start air guitar or a broom or something like that, and you watch his videos and just think, this guy's potty. But gee, he's good. He's really good. And his skills, if you watch his early videos, you can see how much his skills have come since he started doing it. But he doesn't do his paint. I don't know who does his paint, but his cars are just perfect. And he's really climbed in. He'll overtake me if he hasn't already by a long shot in subscribers. He's doing really well, Pete C. He's a wonderful guy. When I next go to England, I'm trying to meet him. Learning heaps. Thanks, Richard. Richard Kearney, that's wonderful of you to say. The XW is still my favourite too. Hello, Peace Police. How are you going? Adrian Ryan, how are you today? Good to see you. FOB Goldberg from Preston. Oh, yeah, well, you're up in the Lake District. Oh, is that Pete C you're talking about? So it's Lancashire, isn't it? Hmm. Any plans for the holiday project? XC? Got to finish that. Grant Wickham is a legend and keeps sending parts to me, and I feel like such an asshole because I haven't done any work on it. Did you see the car showing Bayswater today? No. Yeah, Pete C. Weber carburetor pipe became detached and sprayed fuel. Oh, on the motorway. Good, thank you, Nick. My day's been fantastic. Pete C in Preston. I live in Blackpool. Okay, so my grandma, Blackpool. So if you go up, I can't remember the name. It's the Inner Promenade. So my grandmother used to live in Fairhaven, in Lytham St Anne's, at 257 Inner Promenade, Fairhaven. And that is now units. And my auntie died in 2000, and they sold the house for £450,000, which was nothing. And then the bastard that bought it went next door and offered them £1 million, and then he's put up these stupid units. And it's right opposite. You look out Grandma's window and Grandpa's bedroom window, and you would see, and also the dining room, the lounge, and you would see Fairhaven Lake and the Ribble Estuary behind it. And I used to drive up and down the thing, the promenade. You can't have Polar Skate or something. I can't remember what the name of the road is. And then you get onto the Inner Promenade. The main road to Blackpool goes past Mum's old school. I can't remember what it's called. I'll be starting I'll show that comment. Thank you very much. Blackpool, I used to go and see the illuminations in October. I was there when I was a kid. We lived there for about 12 months. Ringwood. So my family, all from out of Manchester, Greater Manchester area, and they all went to live in Lytham. They lived in Broadway, and then they went to Lytham. And it's beautiful. Oh, thanks, Grant. Thanks for understanding too, because you must get so frustrated. The piers along there. There were 3, and there were like games piles at the end of the piers, but the illuminations went in October, I think, and they had these big, I don't know what it's like now, these big teapots coming over the promenade, and it will all light up. It was sort of a main holiday attraction to a lot of Brits, which surprised me because I thought it would have been quite cold up north. It would have been better having that down south, but they've got them all over the place. Putting a 351 in the XC would you leave it as a column shift or change to 4 shift? It's up to yourself. If you had frequently put someone in the middle and you've got a bench seat, obviously you're going to do column. I left the XW column, but I only left a column shift because everyone does GT tribute cars. And I wanted something that looked like a grandpa spec. So I left it in as column shift by design. That was just what I wanted to do. On the roads, thank you very much. Lots of coverage in the media. They've just had a hotel demolished. In Blackpool, you mean? They got Pleasure Beach there. They got the tower. I remember seeing at the circus. The best circus I ever went to was in Blackpool with a clown called Charlie Caroli, and he was the main guy. Like everyone knew who Charlie Caroli and who he was, and he lived in a very modest place. but he used to run a really good circus, and in the Blackpool circus, it used to submerge at the end. All the water used to come onto the stage. It was quite amazing. Being a Padawan, I would be inclined to leave at column as well, because everyone does floor shifts. You know what I mean? Half the floor shift Falcons around start off as columns. I think I'm leaving it. Yeah, I probably would. You're doing a 253 into a 318 stroke. 253s are wonderful engines. They didn't chew cams out as much as 308s did. What sort of music are you into at the moment? Anything that's on the radio. Barry, it is 9:48 p.m. Where are you? You're in Sydney, are you? Charlie was a legend. You know who Charlie Caroli is. He was the Blackpool tram named after him. That doesn't surprise me. Very popular in Blackpool, I remember. Has a parent ever yelled at a teacher before? Yeah. We had one guy in parent-teacher interviews that had to stick a friggin' German helmet on because he used to get a lot of shit from the parents, but then he was a bit of an idiot. That would explain it. I've never been yelled at by... Oh, no, I nearly did. A parent waiting for me in the coordinator's office when I first started there, and I knew she was in there, so I just didn't go in. Are you in Darwin? Colin, my subs Colin. I love it. I wouldn't change that to floor. There's no way. It has to be column shift. 820 here. Oh. Ferntree Gully. What about Ferntree Gully? Is that where you are? That's not far from here. 3 on the tree. That's what I want to drive. I want to get into an old Aussie car that's 3 on the tree. I haven't driven one for years. And I was always pretty good at driving. No, it's just, you know. Yeah. I thought you were in Sydney, Matt. But what was I talking about? Oh, England, yeah. I know. I can still find my way around England. I drove around England 20, 30 years ago now. I hired a car and went out down through southwest of London, I think through Lyme, and then through Devon and Cornwall, up through Bristol, up through Manchester, and over through Preston to Lytham, and stayed at my grandmother's, and now it's gone. I'll go back to England tomorrow. My last trip was to Canada last year to see the boys from Cobble Motors. Phil with the XF, how are you? Is that your name, Robert? Hang on. Yeah, Robert Harrison. Why do you call yourself Phil? Have you ever seen Tim Watson sing songs outside Woolies on his guitar? What? I know a Tim Watson. He's a sort of a mate of mine that I work with. Yeah, that's Tim. He sings songs outside Woolies on his guitar. Are you sure? He never told me that. Tim's a good maths teacher. And his daughter is the best artist I've ever seen. Holly Watson used to... She'll draw something freehand, looks like a photograph. She's nuts. And if she looks at a photograph, she can replicate it. You can barely tell the difference. You've got to watch YouTube channel Jonathan W. Yeah, I do. I don't watch him all the time, but Jonathan W. I've been subscribed to him for many years, actually. He's a very, very, very clever guy. He even made his own engine. He cast his own crankcase for his motorbike always. So Tim Watson's a good friend of a guy called Vaughan Shonikas. I was just using this. Vaughan keeps donating to me. He's a very good supporter. It's a USB microscope, and I thought, here we go. What's this going to be like? And then I stuck it on my face, and each stubble is that big. It's like, is that what I look like? There's holes in my face too. It works really, really well. Vaughan's given me stacks of stuff. He gave me a full porta power kit for straightening vehicle chassis out. He's given me, not that I know how to use that, he's given me all sorts of tools, Nipex tools. They're the ones I like using, the side cutters and the long nose pliers and all this. So he's given me heaps of stuff. He is the nicest man. And I taught his son, but I never taught his daughter. His daughter's lovely. I never taught her. But he's moved, actually. He's just around the corner. I've got to drop in and see him. John, yeah, he's a good guy. He's a really good guy, Jonathan W. Very modest guy, very clever. He's not conceited about anything. He's just a great guy. I think he's had a health scare too. He mentioned that, but I don't know what it is, and I wasn't going to ask. So, got to finish up this engine stand. I've gone stupid with the dash. I've made it out of Blackwood and beech at work in my free time, like before work and after work, and it's just stupid what I've done. But it's supposed to be scrap, so it's all good. So I've finished that little stand off. I'll run that little BMC. I'm rebuilding the 1600 one. Not that I've got a car for putting it in, which is even dumber, but I just thought, what the hell. So I put flat tops in it, an MGA camshafts, and all that sort of business. I actually saw Tim Watson play his guitar and sing a Jimmy Barnes song outside Eastland. You've got to be shitting me. Tim Watson? I'm going to ask him about that. He goes out for a smoke every now and then. See him out there. Thing. And I always go and chat to him when I see him out there. But we sort of cross paths. It doesn't surprise me that he would be a great musician because the arts. His daughter's just a freak as well. What she can draw and how she can make things look. He used to have a ZJ302 with a T5 and a quadrojet. As the late great Mike Raymond used to say, keep honking in the Henry. Yeah, can't wait for the XC. I know, I've got to finish it. And the Plymouth next after that, I've really got to finish that off. It's ridiculous. I've had the thing for 4 years, and I rewired it and painted the steering wheel, did up a steering wheel, and did the dash, and that's it. That's all I've done. I've just turned this thing on accidentally. So after that, hopefully I get these stupid. You should ask him if he's had an influence in his daughter's music passion. His daughter's an artist, not. I know Tim Watson. Everyone knows Tim Watson. He's a good guy to have. You can have a great conversation with him. He can be pretty dry, but he's a clever guy. There's nothing dumb about that guy. Sets of XC door handles keep popping up in South Australia. I'm going to have to get some because I really don't like the ones I've got. But I don't pull it up. I don't really. Now I've put them in, got the door tunes on. Everything on that car has been a pig to work on. And now I've got all that in. I kind of don't want to take it off. So I'm sort of thinking, I don't know what smokes you guys. I don't know. I don't know that I want to take it off again, even though they're the wrong colour and they're crappy. I don't really want it. I just want to get the thing finished, you know what I mean? And it kind of like the XW in that when I finished it, I still haven't redone the rear bumper in the XW because I don't care. I've got to lower the back end, but before I lower the back end, I'm going to raise the front. It's too low at the front. Everyone says it looks good, but it's actually got the wrong springs in the front. I got V8 1969 Falcon in there for Windsor. This has a Cleveland, which is a lot heavier. So I'm going to use the same springs I put in the XC. Sorry, it hasn't got a Cleveland. It's got a 351 Windsor, which is similar to Cleveland weight. So it's got to be raised about an inch or so at the front, and then I'll know what to do with the rear. Favorite color is teal, like aqua sort of thing. Yeah, he's a good guy. I know Tim quite well. Not that well that he's a musician. We've got a few of them at work. A few people are like that. So that's what I'm doing, and wouldn't mind building another Starlet. Stay calm and love Peter Anderson. Tim Watson. Tim Watson was singing songs outside the Children's Hospital last year on Christmas Eve. How are all these people knowing where Tim Watson? Are you serious? Am I getting bullshitted here? Are you serious? Tim Watson. He's never told me this stuff. Hang on, did I get a message? Oh, I've got some Patreon. That's cool. He's never told me this stuff. What's going to be faster, XY or XZ? The XZ. Oh, I don't know. I still haven't done XW. I still haven't done. There's two things I've got to do the XW. There's three things. Actually, there's a stack of them to do. I've got to change out one of the manifolds. The right one was a 302 and I don't like it. The left one is a 289 hypo, and I need a matching one. I need to get the distributor graph that's got a really good cam in it, and then put either an autoload or a Holly on it. That'll wake that thing up. And then it's a lot lighter than the XC, so it'll probably be quicker than the XC. Slightly lower at the front. It should go down a little more and put the V8 in, so the front will be slightly lower in the back. A lot of the forwards are lower at the back. It looks like they're under. Yeah, back on you. Oh, 03 Toyota Aventus. Yeah, mine had the what do you call them? The Takata airbags. I blew one up in the backyard. I stuck a mattress over a little brick thing and stuck it in there and stuck a camera there and fed it some volts and bang, sounded like a shotgun. A kid that does it from school, a girl, doesn't live far from here, and she said she heard a gunshot at 2:30 last Sunday. That's what she said to me. She said, no, it's me. It was 2:30 on a Sunday that I let an airbag go. And it was against the shed. So if it fired anything out, it would have gone into the shed, not through the mattress. And being against the shed, it was just like a massive speaker. The noise was phenomenal. I've blown airbags up before. Volvo ones Volvo used to stipulate 4 or 5 tyres, empty tyres, airbag in the bottom, and then you have the wires coming out. You have to be a certain distance away with the protection noise. So we just used to blow one. I also saw Tim Watson picking up buds off the footpath. What, cigarette buds? I know he smokes. There's a bit of Tim Watson talk going on. I'm going to tell him. So he got on YouTube and did a little thing, and everyone kept talking about it, singing songs and picking up smoke buds. And was he digging ashtrays, like picking up ones where there was this much left and arcing it up? I'm going to give him some crap over this. Oh dear. Saw a video of airbags under bike seats. Oh, bikes were used as seat bait, as thief bait, and then they let the thing go. You saw Tim Watson outside Tesco in Blackpool. No, what I see, he's in Oz. He might be up there. But it wouldn't surprise me though. What's your favourite Year 7 class? My favourite Year 7 class. Year 7s are quite sweet. Last year I had some I didn't really like that much. It was the year before. There was one class I really didn't like. It had a bad dynamic. They're all pretty good this year. I've got some great kids. They're really good little kids, you know what I mean? They come in and, hi, Mr. Anderson. They're all, it's like, oh, you're happy. That's a good thing. No, but he used to teach me in Year 11 in Mordialloc. Yes, he did go to Mordialloc. Yeah, we're definitely talking about the same guy. What's happening with this chat? Not much. We're supposed to be talking about cars and stuff, and we're talking about Tim Watson and Blackpool, and someone's just asked about a Year 7. Have I broke holidays? No. So I've got, this week I've got 3 Year 11 transition classes, because Year 11's coming in to do product design, and I've got to teach that. So you got to prepare them, because it's basically Tim Watson. Oh, I'm gonna send him the URL for this. There's so much shit on Tim Watson. You go to Tesco, you posh person. So yeah, can't wait for holidays. Who's that? Is that a Year 7 kid that was on here? Your parents know you on? Pathetic puddle. I wonder if that's a Year 7 kid. Your parents should probably know you. So what else are we doing? 2/5. It's been busy. I've been doing heaps and heaps of assessments because we've got report writing, and the report writing's quick, but the assessments take a long time with the comments, and my comments are very repetitive. Tim Watson's also been playing drums. So for sale of cash converters in Mordialloc. That's got to be crap. Need to change food. That's got to be bullshit. Come on. So, hang on. A really good maths teacher's dropped by a theft converter store and started banging on the drum kit. I gotta see this. I gotta see that. I don't think so. Drums are hard. I've had 2 drum kits. Can't play them. I'm always impressed by drummers. Drummers always get a lot of crap for being the sort of the more basic of the musicians, but gee, you've got to be good. You saw what I bang around with a drum kit. Back to cars. Got the drivetrain in the Mustang. I saw that little horse you got there's a winner. So why did you take it out? Did you rebuild it? Tim Watson. Oh, I'm gonna say tiny. 6 Spice Girl. I do. I like it a lot. He and I are cynical. I'm actually quite cynical. I try not to bring that out on the videos, but when something pisses me off, I like to talk about it. And he and I have had a good few chats. But I'm from New York. Oh, York, UK. I beg your pardon. How are you? You going well? Almost everyone. Who are you then? Stay calm and love Peter Anderson. You sold the engine. What did you put in it? That was a 289 car, wasn't it? I remember looking at it. It's convertible, right? 66 convertible. Is that yours? The red one. Or am I thinking of something else, Grant? I might be thinking of something else. I know it's through work. Oh, Chorley, UK, North. How are you? Northwest, I should say. I don't know where Chorley is. So northwest, you would be over near. What's northwest? Bristol? A bit above that. Yeah. Where's Chorley? I'm gonna have a look. Chorley, UK. Chorley. Let's have a look at this. So Chorley is a town in England. I know that. But I don't know where it is. Chorley. Oh, Preston. Oh, hang on. Oh, you're north of Manchester. God, I'm wrong. I thought you were going south somewhere. Northwest. So you're from near Southport. That's where one of Mum's friends is. Over the thing is Lytham. That's where she's from. Oh, is that where you are? I know where Chorley is. I've never been there. It's like Lancashire, yes. Near Leicester. It's above Leicester. I don't know. I've forgotten a lot of stuff. Yeah, close to Southport. Yeah, I know where Southport is. I think I've been there. But I had to look on the map to see where Chorley was because I've heard of it, but I didn't know where it was. What are the odds that you know him and Peter as well? This Tim Watson gets around. Grant, your Mustang, tell me about it. I had a 6, was it? And it's a 67. Oh, I do beg your pardon. John's got a 68, my brother. And I was there the other day looking at it, and it's a beautiful car. And he just hasn't. I was like, you've got to finish that. He's got everything there to finish it. It's a bit like me and Nancy, I think. You told me all about Peter. I hope you said good things. Yeah, we got this wanker at work. His name's Peter Anderson. I haven't got much of the iced coffee left. I wish you were my teacher in year 7. I'd be happy to come to school every day too. Thank you very much. So Sergeant Colin, who are you? Are you still there? Right, Mr. Anderson, saying that all year 7s are good, then you have group 4. Oh, you're in group 4? I've just done your report. Are you really? Who's Sergeant Colin? What's your name? Give me your first name. Or your second name. I should be able to. So you're in group 4, are you? I don't know who you are. See, it's good that the spammer went away. That makes it. Oh, now I've probably spoken too soon. It'll come back. I've just done your report. Yeah, I have. I've been doing the year 7 group 4. So I was doing the assessments. Where you have to put comments in and all that sort of stuff. And then I don't know. Oh, David. Yeah, okay, then that's fair enough. Hey, Greg. How are you today? Yeah, so I was doing all the comments, then you got to put it all into the report thing. And some of them haven't handed in the portfolio, and I've had to give them crummy reports, and I feel bad because they're really good kids. And I've sent messages over the thing we use, which is Compass, and I've said to them in class, get it in. I can't give you a good report. It's not fair on the kids to do the work. If you don't, you have to get it in. Just blown away by how expensive parts are for old Fords. Yeah, that's because people, have you been on Facebook Marketplace? You know, there was a new old stock guard for an XY. How much was it? 5 grand? I don't know. Just people are selling. It's like that guy that I always whinge about. He's just selling. He's peddling rubbish for stupid prices. I would never take on an old Ford now to restore. I couldn't. Thanks, Greg. Just by the way, sorry, I'm missing it. What do you think of class 710? Good. They're great kids. Really, really good kids. All the year 7s this year, amazed because they're doing better work than the bloody year 10s on their folios. The year 10s wouldn't do it. What do you think will be the future of classic cars? Insurance is ruining in Ireland, having more and more requirements. No, insurance isn't bad here at all. In fact, all of my cars are insured. It costs me $205 a month, and I've got 100 and how much have I got? 200 grand in cars insured, and yeah, $200 a month. And the insurance is nothing. The club permit is just so good, and that's cheap as well. Having a classic car here is a heck of a lot cheaper. You can have 4 classic cars here, and it's still cheaper than having 1 car on regular reg. Send them a TikTok. I don't do TikTok. My wife does that. We're strange men. 2 years ago, Tim Watson was arguing with a worker at Hungry Jack's because he was trying to claim a coupon that expired. Tim Watson's going to read this. Purple hot pants. So he wasn't able to buy lunch. It needs to be listened to. I'm deaf. Oh, that's not very good. 30%. Andrew says, love your stuff. Keep coming. Thank you very much, Andrew. Will, your top 5 finds in the records from Phil with the XF Falcon. Top finds. You know what? When I was young, I used to go there and had 2-door Tiranas and all that sort of stuff. And I used to get a bounty of stuff off them for nothing. The GDRs and the GR80 ones had a chrome trim underneath the back window. They were coupe. And I used to get those. There were stacks of them. And you can't get anything like that now. I do like going, like, I got sort of lashed this time because the guy that served me, I bought a radiator and a rear muffler from a Honda Civic, and the guy that served me, I think, was the boss there, and he just charged me for friggin' everything I went past with, where normally you'll just go $20, $30. I ended up dropping 130 on those things because the radiator has a fan and an overflow bottle. I wanted it to withstand. But I liked when I was doing the Starlet, I'd go and pick up a factory CD player for $5, $10. One guy I picked up for the Bluebird, I picked up a amplifier, and no, it was a head-up display. When I got the head-up display, I bought a dash. I bought a whole lot of stuff. The Bluebird stuff is nothing, and the head-up display, I picked up the display itself, and they haven't got a category for that. So when you went through it, it's out of a Bluebird. It's got the speed on it. I didn't say it was a head-up. It's got the speed thing on it. He goes, $5. I was like, so I bought another one. There were 2 there, and I bought the other one. Got that for $5 too. David, good night. Thank you very much for joining us. I sold the first month's production 68. Double my money. I thought I did well. Now it's worth 10% or 10 times that. Scary. It is. The thing is that worries me, and this does worry me a lot, is XW Falcons and XYs worth stupid money, but in 20 years, the generation that's growing up now is going to be into 80s, 90s stuff, not into 60s, 70s. It does worry me. I've thought about that, and that would be, although it was a tribute car, I probably wouldn't sell it, but I don't know. If it means losing 20 grand or 30 grand, I probably would. There's a big difference here when we're obliged to have a daily driver when insurance can be anything from 400 to 3,000 for cars that might not be worth what they're insured for. That's bad. That's not good. That's why I've collected all my vans, 5 Rego for $0 instead of $1,000 a year for a normal car. Yeah, that's exactly right. And then, you know, $500 to $400. Yeah. Picker in Kilsyth is mint. Yep, I was there yesterday. I have to start my Christmas decorations. Have a great day and keep the content coming. I love anything that you put out. Cars, bikes, classics, it's all good. Thank you very much, sir. You have a lovely day. Takes me 1.5 hours to get there through the other side. Hang on, oh, no, that's all right. 86 watching, only 24 likes. Nah, that's all right. I've got 42 now. There's 87 watching. Tim Watson again. Gosh. he was in Macca's drive-thru and spilled his drink in his car. That would be a shit thing to spill in your car. A half litre of Coca-Cola. Ugh. Do you know anyone with classic car? Hang on a minute. Do you know? How do you think? Hang on, what am I doing? Do you know anyone with parts from Mark 1 Ford Transit? No, I don't. They're rare as rocking horse poo, those things. They're very rare and they're very sought after now too. The top vehicle of choice for people doing naughty things in terms of crimes in Britain in the 70s. They were marketed to put a bit of 8x4 flooring in. You can lay it flat in the back of a Transit Mark 1, but they figured that you can also stick about 5 robbers in it when you go to a bank. And they had a V4 similar to a Capri engine or something. I can't remember. And so as a getaway car, they were good because they were quick. I love that story. Mark 1 Transit's a rare beast now. I'd have one of those in a heartbeat. I'd have anything in a heartbeat, let's face it, but got to live. How do you think the running of classic cars will be affected in the future with the beginning of banning of production of petrol and diesel cars? No, because there's still a lot of people that rely on petrol for historic vehicles. I think, the petrol won't get phased out for a long time because a lot of people, particularly in this country, have been very slow on the uptake of electric vehicles.